Hey you! Happy Tom Ford Tuesday, where Tuesdays are dedicated to Tom Ford beauty. Today it's all about the Holiday 2023 collection from Tom Ford, the Soleil Neige collection. We've got eyeshadow palette, we've got highlighter. I'm going to share details, swatches, we're going to create a couple of looks, we're going to try these products, and we're going to see. Because we need to know. So, shall we? Soleil Neige. I look forward to the Soleil Neige holiday collections every year. And so far, upon just first glance, because I haven't swatched, I haven't done anything, I'm waiting to share that with you. I'm excited. So let's start off with the eye color quad. This is number one, Lumiere D'Hiver. Hold on. I thought I had it. I thought I did. Lumiere D'Hiver, and translated this means winter lights. It's a beautiful color story, isn't it? This is said to enhance the lids with smoldering shadows and sheer, buildable frosted shimmer, like solar light on alpine ice. These collections are always described as like you're getting kissed by winter's air and things like that. So that describes it perfectly. Now, I did see another description of the collection, and it said that it is a palette of 4 multi-dimensional shadows inspired by glacial radiance of the skin. Let's swatch. This is the Tom Ford more traditional formula. Very creamy to the touch. Even the more topper shimmery shades, they too are quite soft. They don't feel any heavy particles of glitter in them. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. Yes. Super creamy, quite pigmented. Now these two are said to be toppers, but they swatch quite pigmented. So we'll see. I'm really excited to see how these apply on the lids and look. All right. Next up from the collection are the Soleil Neige Glow Highlighters. The collection includes 2. This too does come with a little pouch. Same packaging, the white and the silver. I have it in the shade 01 Rose Irisé. This one has more of like a pinky tone to it. There is another glow highlighter in the collection. That one's a little bit more golden toned, and that one is in the shade 02 Gran Paradis. This is described as lightweight, long-wearing highlighter that imparts a multi-dimensional iridescence. I like the sound of that. Who doesn't love that beautiful iridescent glow? I don't know, I'm about to find out if I do. Let's watch it. Wow. Let's swatch it over here. Oh yes. It definitely has like a champagne-y pink with a touch of frost as far as swatching. So I'm excited to get this on the face. And yes, you can definitely use this on the eyes as well. It's Tom Ford Tuesday. You know, the full face is Tom Ford. Everything that I talk about today and am wearing on the face will be listed and linked for you down below in the description box. Okay, I am so ready to try the glow highlighter on the face. So I'm just, wow, that picked up quite a bit. I'm gonna tap that off. Let's go ahead and apply. Oh, wow. That's beautifully intense, shall we say? Applies on top of the skin. Really, really, really pretty. It is intense. So actually, I'm gonna go in on this side. I'm gonna use a little bit less. I was just like a little too excited. So I went in with quite a bit on this side, but I'm not mad at it because it does look really nice on the skin. Okay, cleaned off the brush. This is Wayne Goss airbrush, if you're curious. I'm gonna just lightly tap. It doesn't even look like there's any on there, but there is. That's all you need. There we go. So this is a very light application, and this is a very excited, happy Mo application. It's a bit more. Gorgeous. Okay, I'm happy. I'm good. Super good. I'm actually just using my concealer as my lid primer today. Number 13, let's go into the darkest shade. That is rich. Picks up a good amount of product. Ooh. Very nice. So I'm just focusing this on the outer portion of my eye. And whatever is left, I'll bring it in, and I'm staying directly in the crease. Blending quite nicely. All right, I'm gonna go back in, pick up a little bit more and build on that outer eye a little bit. And just blend, and it is doing so quite nicely. I'm also just whatever's left on the brush, I haven't gone back in for any product. I am just blending that all over the lid. Kind of put a soft wash. That same brush, the number 13, I'm going to just turn it to the clean side. So this is the side we've been using to blend. I'm going to turn it to the clean side. And I'm going to pick up this lightest shade here. Tap off the excess. That shade is very soft and creamy, so. I am going to put that on the beginning portion of the lid. That definitely brightens up the eyes quite a bit. And I'm just blending it inward. So it's diffused quite nicely. Okay. Now, I am always talking about these applicators that come with your palette, okay? And I'm going to use one today. And I'm going to use it to pick up the topper shade or the more shimmery shade, because these actually do a really good job at applying them. So I just picked it up on the little applicator, and I'm going to pat it on my lid. And it does so quite nicely, would you say? I cleaned off the number 13. I'm going to lightly blend. I don't want to scatter the glitters, but I just want to blend it ever so slightly so everything's soft and diffused. Oh, that's so pretty. Look at that. This formula, it's a topper. There's a ton of glitter particles in it. There is just a bit of fallout, but all things considered, it's not that bad. It's very much grab your brush and just lightly dust it away. No big deal, you know? Like that a lot. Just applied a little bit of mascara. Love this glitter topper shade. It has a good, it's this one swatched. It's more the bronzy kind of tone. I think it applies to the lid really, really pretty. I got just a little bit of color underneath. It's not a super sheer topper like some of Tom Ford's toppers can be. This one's really nice. And overall, the shadows blended on the lid beautifully. All right, I'm so ready. Let's do another look. And yes, you can wash these applicators and just clean them off so that you can keep using them. I would not recommend you just, you know, keep using the same sponge without cleaning it. I just quickly cleaned it off on my microfiber towel, the same one I use for my brushes in between uses. I'm gonna go in with the darkest shade, and I'm gonna just touch that lightest shade just a little bit. When I tap, the two colors are gonna melt together. And what I'm gonna do is lightly focus that on my outer eye. It's a very soft wash of color, and that's intentional. I'm gonna do it again. And lightly build it up. The brush I'm using is number 20 from Wayne Goss. I don't know if Wayne Goss is making brushes anymore. Probably not. I haven't really seen them. I think he's more so focusing on his makeup line or taking a break. I am not sure. But this is the brush that I'm using. It's a very small, fluffy brush. And by mixing those two colors, I am getting a more cool tone, darker shade. And that is what I want because I want to go in with this silver. I love a silver look on the eyes. I think it's so pretty. I'm liking how much deposit of color and the placement looks. So what I'm going to do now is whatever's left on the brush, I'm just blending it directly in the crease. Now back in with the sponge applicator, I'm going to go into the silver shade here, pick that up, and apply this all over the lid. I'm going to go back in and just continue to build it up on the lid a bit. I will say, I feel that of the two, it may not look like it, but this silver one, it's a little tiny bit more sheer than the bronze. Just a little. This is the silver and this is the bronze. I feel like the bronze glitters are a little bit more pronounced versus the silver. But they're both really pretty, right? Going back into that brush that I used to apply first. And just blending very softly. Trying not to scatter the glitters everywhere. These topper glitter shades, they are gorgeous. Really like them. The formula is nice. And although they're glitter, you know, I mean, we do expect some fallout. I don't have as much as I thought I would. I really appreciate that. I did get like just a little bit on this side, so let's lightly dust that away. Something to note though, maybe do your eyes before your base makeup because of the glitters. But here is our second look. This one's the more silver. And again, I went in a lot softer on with that darkest shade, mixing it with the lighter to get a more cool tone, softer look, just for a little bit of depth on the outer eye and in the crease. A little gloss looks. For the first two looks, I'm quite happy with the performance of the shadows and just the looks that I was able to create. Both are super wearable, but they elevate the look just a bit with the touch of sparkle. So I have an idea in my mind. I want to do one more look and let's see how it goes. Now for this look, I do want to incorporate this highlighting product as well. I have it. This is how I would use it, and I want to see what it looks like on the eye, so what better way than to show you. But let me start off with my number 13, the Tom Ford Fluffy Brush. I'm going to mix these two shades again. And just blend that pretty much all over the lid. And I'm just lightly doing so, because I don't want a lot. So lightly blending and building the shade that I've made up. Mixing those two shades together. I like the way that looks. I don't know, is it just me or is it pulling like a purple gray? I think so. I am now solely gonna go into the darkest shade just a bit. Tap off the excess. Very super duper lightly blending it on the outer eye. I did clean off the brush in between. Just repeating this on the other eye. I really like this shade. This makes a nice one and done. Could totally just rock this all on its own. And then match it up. A little bit of the darkest shade, just a little bit. I'm gonna take another brush. This is number 11 from Tom Ford. It's clean. I want to use this to just blend the edges. With this as our foundation, our base, you could go in with any of these three, the lightest, any of the ones with the shimmer, and do a little something on the inner corner, and it's a look. But because I have the highlight and I use these as shadow and it's a multifunctional product, and hey, if this is all you've picked up from the collection and you have some bronzer and you put it on in the crease, put this on the lid or on the inner corner, there you go, you have a look. I do want to see what it looks like and share it with you. So what I'm going to do is that brush that I used to blend the number 11, I'm going to pick up. Clean off the brush, and where the two colors meet, pat. So there's a soft blend between the two colors. This applicator in particular, in these quads, you get two applicators. You get one with a brush and then one with like a pointy sponge. I'm going to take the pointy sponge side. And what I'm going to do, just because you guys have always heard me talk about these sponges, that you can literally use them. Everyone pretty much talks really bad about these sponges. Why do makeup companies even include them? They're so cheap. Nobody uses, no. These things work well. So I'm going to take this end. Let me show it to you a little bit closer. There it is. It's this like pointy end. And then I'm going into the darkest shade. All right. And I'm going to apply this on the lower lash. I'm going to go in with a black in my waterline really quick. I am going to take my pencil brush. This is a rougher number 3. I'm going to go into this lightest shade here. That shade is so soft. I get a ton of hiccup, but I'm applying this on the inner portion just to brighten it up a little bit more. And yes, I bought the full size. I've been using the sample for like, I want to use it all. I am not shy with my samples. I love samples. I could definitely do a full face of samples. I am wearing a Gloss Luxe. I'm actually kind of surprised that this collection didn't come out with like a lip blush or other lip products. The Private Rose Garden collection came out with the lip oil and lipsticks, which that's coming next Tom Ford Tuesday. Make sure you're subscribed, sneak peek. But yeah, just Gloss Luxe today. So here's our third look. Little bit of a combo. I used the eye color quad and the highlighter. It's what I would do. So I wanted to share it with you because if you picked up all of these pieces, you can kind of play around with everybody and have some fun with your Tom Ford goodies. Love how the shadows blend and look on the eyes. I don't know, I'm really enjoying this cocktail that I created using the darkest shade and the lightest shade, just mixing them together. I love the tone it's created. If you have this palette, you have to try that, and you have to try mixing them and seeing how you like it. I don't know, I feel like I just discovered something new. That's the fun thing of, you know, really playing in your makeup and mixing and matching and having fun. And we definitely did that with this new Soleil Neige Lumiere D'Hiver, this quad. I will say, performance was good, blended, pigmented, all of the things. I will say the matte shades, they're quite soft. Here is a look at the palette now that I've used it. It's not in rough shape, but I will say that the two matte shades, they're very soft. So you get a good amount of kick up and all the things, but it's just a softer formula. Very pigmented, very creamy, and as you saw, applied beautifully. Now these topper shimmer shades, I don't even think I can call them that because there's a lot of Tom Ford topper shades that are just literally just little sparkles, little bits of sparkle all over the eyes. This is a little more than that. a lot more than that. How they swatch here is how they apply as well. And I'm very happy about that. And I'm also very happy that I was able to share the actual applicators with you because again, yes, you guys have asked, but I'm just kind of tired of hearing people talk bad about these little applicators. We have to prove them wrong. They are useful and they work really well. Now, this palette in particular, this is not going to be a super versatile kind of palette. This is a palette for specific looks, I will say. But surprisingly, you could still wear this and reach for this quite often and create looks for the everyday with just the mattes if you really wanted to. Because again, look what happened when I mixed these two matte shades. Look at that really pretty soft shade that I'm able to create and do a one and done. And then if you're really feeling it, go in with your finger and touch a little bit of sparkle on the center of the lid for just a soft little something. I like that. But again, if you're not into this color story, it's going to probably be a more specific kind of palette. This highlighter is really pretty. The formula, it's really nice. Super creamy, nice and intense. Okay, look at this. Hello. Or obviously you can share it out. Really like that. I at first was a little nervous. I thought maybe the color would be a little too frosty. But blended, it looks gorgeous. So overall, the Soleil Neige collection, like it. It's really nice, performed well. But let me know what you think about this collection. Comment down below. Happy Tom Ford Tuesday, everyone. I'll see you very, very soon. We've got this collection to cover. The Rose Garden Private Collection. Something like that it's called. I don't remember. All right, guys. I'll see you soon. Stay beautiful. Bye.